back to another Insider after a little break because last week we had a public holiday in New South Wales. Here I am to talk about translation, and this week I'm going to talk about something that I think about and I consider very important, which is choosing your specialization, your niche market, etc., etc. I know when you starting, it's something that sometimes can be difficult. I know it was for me, but if we keep an open mind and we just don't go for the set things and the usual, if you think outside the box, maybe you get your niche and you get a successful career in the end. So stick around, let's talk about specialization and niche markets. So let's talk about specialization and choosing a niche market. I have recently started my mentorship program. I've been accepted as an Aussie mentor, and I've got two beautiful mentees. And this is one of the things that we need to address is specialization. I know that when I started, it's something that I was always concerned about because, of course, you just starting. If you are not one of those translators that, for example, get to translation as a career change and you already have a background in another industry, or someone who has a degree in another industry that sets out their specialization, it happens with plenty of translators, you lost. I was. You lost. You are just starting your career. You don't know what to do. There's nothing really that you have done because you are at the start. We all have to start somehow. And there's a lot of questions in your mind. What am I going to do? What am I going to choose as a specialization? Should I just start as a general translator and choose my specialization later? Yeah, you can. It's one of the options. But if you can think outside the box, you can choose something that is nice, that will be your specialization and may be quite profitable. Let me explain. So, if you think outside the box, a specialization does not need to be law, a medical, literature, technical. It does not need to fit in these big fields. It doesn't. Because the reality is translation is out there and we are needed for everything. We are needed for all sorts of jobs, all sorts of markets. For example, there's a lot of cookbooks. For example, if you like cooking, if you like cookbooks, maybe that's a market for you. Maybe you can translate books and from your mother tongue into English, for example, or the other way around if there is the market for that. You can do that. If you like craft, for example, could be your thing. If you like some sort of sport, if you do some sport that you are very, very specialized and you see there is a market translating, for example, manuals for gear or doing the translation of their marketing, their websites and things like that, there is all sorts of things that you could think of. No, don't just think, how can I put it? Don't just think in a professional way. Think outside the box. Think of what you like to do. Think what you enjoy doing. For example, if you like history, maybe there's a niche. If you like, I don't know, botanics, you can go and do something on that field as well. You just need to think about things that you like and that you know about, something that you are really, really, really kind of proficient, or should I say an expert kind of thing, because that sets out your field of expertise. But of course, you already know something that could possibly be your specialization, and that's good. But then you need to do your market research and need to see if there is a market for that particular niche in your language pair. For example, you can find a niche market, or you can find something in a particular market for a certain language pair, and then find out that for your language pair there's not much demand. And if there isn't a demand for that specific niche, then of course you're not going to do it, because it's not going to be profitable. In the end, you always need to think about your bottom line and what you want to do to run a profitable business. That's what you want to do. So I decided to talk about this today because it is something that I find very important. Is one of the most important decisions that we make at the beginning of our careers when we are setting our businesses. And it's something, of course, you can change it. It's not something set in stone that you just go for this specialization and then you have to stick with it for the rest of your life. Of course, it's not like that. You may change it, you may find another niche, you may find something else and change. Of course, then you'll need to restructure your business. You'll need to restructure everything basically to cater for this new specialization and this new clientele of yours. Of course, you need that. But if you set something in the beginning, it's a good thing. It sets you up as a specialized person. It niches down your market, so you will be catering for that particular audience, for that particular clientele, and obviously that will comes up with better pricing, etc., etc. So basically what I wanted to say today is be fluid about it, be open-minded about it. Just don't think about the usual academic type of fields like law, like finance, marketing. Yes, they have good fields, and of course, if you are very specialized, if you have a degree in business, or if you have I don't know, a degree in marketing or something like that, of course that would most probably be your specialization, and there's nothing wrong with that, and it's a good thing. But if you don't, like for example what happened to me, if you don't have already something like this that will set your specialization straight away, think outside the box. Think something that you really enjoy doing, that you actually feel very confident about, because you know a lot of vocabulary and you know a lot of the nuts and bolts of that particular niche, of that particular industry, and then find out if there is a market for you. If there is, Bob's your uncle, you've got your specialization done, and then all you have to do is start thinking and planning your business and knowing that that's going to be your specialization. So it doesn't have to be difficult. It doesn't have to be complicated. You just need to, think. Don't overanalyze it. Don't overthink things, because then it's a mess. I know, because I tend to do that all the time, and then the whole sorts of complications rise from that. So try to be simple. Try to think of things that you do like to do, and then of course you need to make the match. Do these things have a market for me? Do they have demand in my language pair? What are companies in this particular industry? What are they doing? Are they actually requesting or needing translation in my language pair? If so, then just go for it and start all your market research, set your ideal client, and go from there. I think this is this is the main secret that I wish I knew when I started my career, because it would have made things much easier for me, and I would have definitely done things slightly different. Not that I'm not, or that I'm happy with the decisions that I've made. The thing is, and what I keep on saying, and I told to my mentees, and I'll keep on saying, is that if I had this type of guidance when I started, I would have made my decisions, and I would have planned and made things better. And obviously, I would have reached my full potential way faster than I did. That's the only thing that I think I would have done better if I had the guidance that I now want to provide to my mentees and to everyone that buys my courses. You know, I've got a teachable school. It's called Updated Words Learning, and you can go and sign in for my courses. So you can learn all the things in an academic way in the first course, and in the second course you can do your business plan. So come to me and sign in with my courses, and obviously become a translator and get all your plan ready, everything ready to start your career. And that's all for today. I hope you really liked this insider today. I hope it really gave you an idea that it doesn't need to be complicated. Choosing a specialization doesn't really need to be that daunting task and very hard, very complicated. Just think about things. If you think about things you like to do, if you do a list of those, and then you just do your market research, and you will end up obviously choosing a niche, the one that you really find that will give you more clients, and it will be more profitable for your business. I think sometimes we overcomplicate things. I know I do. And we overanalyze things, and in the end, sometimes simple things are the ones that work best. I strongly believe that 10 years down the track, I strongly believe that sometimes the simplest things of all are the ones that work the best. And that's why I want to pass on this message to all of my colleagues that are now starting as translators, and even the ones that already have a career like me and may be overanalyzing like I did, like I always do. And this is for everyone, actually, because I think I for one don't think that only the people that are starting a career need guidance. I don't think that. I actually been attending a lot of webinars and a lot of things, and even spoke to mentors and stuff, because we all need it. I think we all need it, because if we have someone else out there, you know, two heads think better than one, and sometimes seeing an outsider view, it's a big help, because it's someone that it's not us, does not have our problems. It just sees our situation from the outside, and sometimes when you are outside the situation, you can have a much better view of things in general and give much better advice. So I think it's good to not overanalyze. I think it's good to go for simple things. I think it's good to actually, the only analysis that I think we should do is just, what do I like to do? Do I like to, I don't know, read, books or cartoon books or something like that? You just go for it. You just see what's in terms of market, of course, because you're not going to go, oh, okay, I just like to translate. I just like cooking books. I'm gonna put myself there as a cooking or a cooking book translator. And obviously, if there's no market, it will be an absolute disaster. So you need to find out that if that hobby of yours, if that chosen specialization per se, if there is a market for that, of course. But if you open your mind to that sort of subject, to that sort of topic, maybe you find your specialization and maybe you find a solution for something that sounded really difficult. That's what I want you to take from this Insider today. You know, if you have any suggestion of any other subject that you would like me to talk about in our Insider, please leave a comment down below and I will be very happy to address it. The same way, if you have an opinion, how did you choose your specialization? Did you went to the, you know, big subjects that everyone always has in mind, or did you think outside the box and choose another one? Let me know. Leave a comment below and we'll discuss it. And of course, you know the drill. Put a like on the video and subscribe the channel with a little click on the bell so you get a new Insider every week. Before I go, I would like to thank you all for watching. See you next week. Have a good one. Bye.